Hello, this is Pat Carosa coming to you live from Rochester, New York, and I am reviewing the Bills' 41-10 victory over the New York Jets, a victory we didn't see coming at all this season. And I was really happy to see that both the defense and offense came together to play a great and productive game for the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, let's start with the offense. I think they played a great game for the Bills. They played the best, in my opinion, the best game of the season. And that's really putting it mightily because the Bills have struggled in offense for for so much this season that it's good to see the Bills putting up 41 points on a team this year, especially with this year being a record-setting year for points by all the teams in the NFL. So that's really great to see. I thought the offensive line played a great game today. They played an excellent game on Sunday, and which helped the Bills' running and passing game. And really, I think the biggest key to all of that was their right guard, Riot Teller, who was making his first career start against the New York Jets. And I thought he played really great. There were a couple plays where he pancaked the defensive lineman in front of him, and he also opened up holes for LaShawn McCoy, who had a great game behind Ryan Teller and the other offensive linemen. And really, the offensive line opened up holes for LaShawn McCoy, who had his first 100-yard rushing game and also his first two touchdown game since early last year. And that was key, really, to helping the offense succeed running the ball. But I think the most surprising factor of that game was the Bills' passing game. You see, the Bills, we all know, did not have a good passing game. They don't have a downfield threat. Their receivers are not talented enough to create separation on the ball. But this game was different. Robert Foster was added to the lineup after being called up to the practice squad, and he really had a great game. He had over 100 yards receiving, and long his long grab at the beginning of the game really set the tone for the entire afternoon. And that in Robert Foster's emergence was great for the Bills because it did provide them a downfield threat. And that really helped open up the offense just a little bit more and help Matt Barkley, of all people, to have a successful day. And he really wasn't the only receiver to have a good day. Isaiah McKenzie, who they claim off of Ravers after the Broncos released him, had a really good game. I liked how the Bills used him for some reverses and how they threw to him and how he always tend to get a first down or near the first down sticks, which is helpful, and it really provided some underneath spark for the Bills that they really didn't have over the course of the season. So it's great that the Bills got a receiver in Robert Foster, who I thought needed some help early in the season in catching and helping the receiver, helping him to have the right angle on catching the ball, because he really wasn't doing that early in the season, and obviously the practice squad has helped him to succeed in that area. And then Isaiah McKenzie is that underneath threat that will help the Bills, and to provide some trickery that they thought they had from Ray McLeod, but obviously he was a little bit of a disappointment there. And I was impressed by his punt return skills. He really gave the Bills great field position. He made the first person miss most of the time. I know there was one play where he just stood there and waited for his blocks to get to him. So I hope the Bills use him a little bit more as we go forward in time. And I also see Zay Jones emerging as well as his season has progressed. He's getting more and more comfortable in the receiver position, and I think he could be the key down the road. And I will not be mistaken if I don't talk about Matt Barkley's performance. And he performed really well. He surprised me with his decision making and his poise in the pocket, and how he really put great placement on the ball, especially with that Robert Foster catch, that long Robert Foster catch in the second half. That really put the dagger in the coffin, and he put the ball in a great place for Robert Foster to catch, which was really which really was great to see. So that I liked how Matt Barkley performed, and he really should still be on the team. I think he should be the backup quarterback now for the Bills, as he has shown that he is capable of leading this offense. As for the defense, they played another great game. I think this defense is one of the tops in the league, and really, they're number one right now. They're number one in the league in defense, which is really, really good. So, yeah, the defense, I think, will keep the Bills in games for really the rest of the season. They are probably close to an elite group as you'll find in the NFL, because I believe that there's not a lot of good defenses out there in the NFL. And you really look at it, a lot of the top defensive teams are almost are just not great teams. I think Pittsburgh is up there, but still, you think about it, there's not a lot of great defenses out there, consistent, good defenses. Some of that has to do with the record amount of points that the league is having this year. But yeah, I think the Bills defense had a great game. They put pressure all day on Josh McCown and really made him to be rattled and make poor decisions, which resulted in an interception by Micah Hyde and also a great interception by Matt Milano. So this defense is playing great week in and week out. Even when the Bills' offense is struggling, they still play great. So there is really nothing to be said, but the defense is playing great. So the Bills enter their bye week at 3-7, and what I expect after their bye week is hopefully some improvement, some gradual improvement for next year, and which would be great for the Bills. I believe Josh Allen, and I expect Josh Allen to start against the Jacksonville Jaguars and continue throughout the season. And I think the defense, like I said, will keep the Bills in games throughout the year. They do have a soft schedule heading down the stretch. Their only tough game really is against the Patriots, and we know how they played against them in the Monday night game, so you really never know. But that is in Foxborough, and that gives the Bills nightmares, obviously. So We'll see. I think if Josh Allen can show some progress by the end of the season and really start to develop into at least a decent NFL quarterback, and I think it'll be really good. I think all we're looking for is progress, especially on offense, which they've shown in the Jet game. And if the Bills can end the season, I would say 6-10. That's three more wins, which they could get. Against, I think, one against Miami, another one against the Jets, and take one either with the Jaguars or the Lions. I think there's definitely some optimism for next year, especially as the Bills get more and more weapons for Josh Allen. So that's the way I see it for the next 6 games, and I hope everyone has a good bye week, and you don't have to worry about either the Bills losing and making either a terrible play, but we all will have that as they get back to work next Monday and prepare for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that's all I have. I hope everyone has a good day and a great Thanksgiving. I might be on here to do some interviews for Thanksgiving and about football and the Bills. Until then, have a good day.